Welcome everyone to this comprehensive business analyst interview preparation video. Whether you're a fresher trying to understand the basics or an experienced professional aiming to sharpen your answers, this video covers top 30 business analyst interview questions from beginning to advanced level. We will go through each and every question one by one, discuss the right way to answer and help you sound confident and job ready. So grab a notebook and let's begin your journey to becoming a successful business analyst. Before we commence, if you want to for more such content, do subscribe to Simplilearn and don't forget to hit that like button. Let's start with beginner level business analyst interview questions. This section covers the fundamentals, perfect if you are a new business analyst or preparing for an entry-level role. We'll look at questions that test your basic understanding like what a business analyst does, key documents, and essential skills. These are the foundation for everything else you will learn later, so make sure you understand these concepts clearly before moving on. The first question is, what is business analyst and their role? A business analyst acts as a central link between different teams within an organization. Most importantly, between business stakeholders and technical teams. On a day-to-day basis, a business analyst collaborates closely with stakeholders to gather requirements through interviews, workshops, and surveys, ensuring what's being built truly solves the business real-world problems. They don't just collect their wish list, but they ask critical questions to clarify needs, identify the root cause of the issue, and break complex process into understandable tasks. Their role isn't limited to one department. Across industries from finance to healthcare and retail, business analysts date, documents businesses, processes, and helps create actionable project plans and drive efficiency, profitability, and strategic decision making. Think of them as detectives, translators, and advisors who ensure the technology delivered actually boosts business, not just tick the boxes. The second question is, what are the core competencies and skills required? A business analyst skills break down into several key groups. On one side, strong communication and negotiation skills are a must, since they constantly balance different stakeholders' needs and sometimes conflicting priorities. Analytical thinking and attention to detail help them solve complex, multi-phased problems. On technical side, most of the business analysts are experts in tools like Excel, SQL, Tableau, and business intelligence tools. They also understand database, process modeling, and often use platforms like Jira or Confluence to track and document the work. In addition, domain knowledge, knowing the regulations and trends in your industry is essential for understanding the business context and proposing relevant solutions. The third question is, what is the difference between BRD and FRD? BRD or Business Requirements Documents is all about why and what it defines at a high level what the business needs, standing goals without diving into the technical details. The FRD or Functional Requirement Document shift gears into the how, laying out detailed specifications for developers. For instance, the BRD might say the system should enable online payments, while the FRD spells out integrate with payments gateways, support credit cards, and wallets, respond within 3 seconds. The BRD aligns everyone on goals. The FRD tells the teams how to build the solution. The fourth question is, what is requirement allocation and what techniques are used? Requirement elicitation is a structured process for drawing out what business actually needs. BA uses interviews and workshops to interact directly with stakeholders, sometimes running group sessions to surface conflicting priorities. Brainstorming helps generate creative solutions, while document analysis means reviewing your old process documents to spot gaps or hidden requirements. Observation, literally watching a user at work, can reveal pain points users may not verbalize. Prototyping lets business analysts show quick system mock-ups to clarify expectations earlier and reduce surprises. Effective elucidation prevents costly miscommunications and ensures the project solves the right problem. The next question is, what is gap analysis and what type of gaps can occur? Gap analysis is about comparing where we are now with where we want to be. It helps businesses, teams spot what stands in the way of achieving their goals. These are the gaps. There are several types of gaps, which includes performance gaps, which is like actually sales falling short of targets. And then we have the market gaps, which is missing products or customers compared to competitors. Then we have technology gaps, which is using outdated systems. And then we have manpower gaps, which is staffing shortfalls. By identifying and prioritizing these gaps, a business analyst helps leadership direct resources where their impact will be greatest and outline a realistic roadmap for change. The next question is, what document does business analyst typically value? A business analyst judges essential documents throughout the project. BRD and FRD for requirements, SRS, which is System Requirement Specification for technical details, use cases, documents for scenario flows, vision documents for projects, big picture, traceability matrices to ensure every requirement is met and tested, and test case for validation solution. Each document acts as a checkpoint, aligning teams, tracking progress, and simplifying audits. Next question is, what is SWOT analysis and how it is used? SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Business analysts use this to help organizations understand what advantages they have internally, like a strong brand, skilled team, or what they need to improve, like what resources shortages. What are the external opportunities that we can chase, like a new marketers, and threats to watch for competitors, moves, regulations. This structured overview supports project planning, risk mitigation, and also strategic discussions. It helps teams make objective decisions instead of relying on intuition alone. The next question is, what is business analysis process flow? A business analyst process flow typically begins with understanding business objectives, followed by deep dive analysis and scoping. Next, the business analyst plans and organizes the analysis work, documents details, requirements, supports solution implementation, and finally tracks and evaluates if the business value was delivered as promised. This process is iterative. Feedback from each step improves the next. The next question is, what is the difference between stakeholder and a customer? Think of stakeholder as an umbrella term for anyone who impacts or it is impacted by a project. Customer are specific type, the actual end users or buyers of a product. Other stakeholders might include executive support staff, IT teams, regulators, or even vendors. Recognizing these roles helps business analysts tailor communication and recognize priorities that don't always align. The next question is, what is a user story and how it is different from use cases? A user story is a brief information feature description written in user's language, such as, a shopper, I want to get delivered status updates so that I know when my packages arrive. Use cases are more formal and detailed, mapping out every interaction between the user and the system step by step, including expectations and alternative paths. User stories are perfect for agile teams to quickly capture needs and prioritize. Use cases are better for complex systems or documentation-heavy environment. Now that we have covered the basics, let's move on to the intermediate level business analyst questions. Here, the focus shifts to practical application, how business analysts work and in real project handle requirements, analysis process, and deal with methodologies like Agile and Waterfall. These questions are common for experienced or mid-level roles, which interviewers want to see not just what to know, but how do you apply your own knowledge in real-world scenarios. So here the first question is, what is the difference between Agile and Waterfall methodologies? Waterfall is a traditional project management methodology. It's like laying bricks in straight line. Every phase, which is requirements, design, development, testing, development, must be finished before the next begins. Changes are tough to incorporate once you start. This is ideal for projects with clear understanding of requirements and a little need of iterations. Agile, on the other hand, works in short, iterative circles called sprints. Teams adapt to feedback, prioritizing work, software over exhaustion documentation, and keep collaborating with stakeholders. Agile is best for projects where requirements may evolve or where rapid delivery or core value is important. Real-world example is software product teams use Agile to deliver new customer features continuously, while construction projects commonly uses Waterfall for strict planning and predictions. The next question is, what is use case modeling and what are the components? Use case modeling lets us map how users interact with the system, usually as diagrams or written scenarios. Key components include actors, use cases, and the relations between them, such as include or extend. The system boundary shows where the system stops and outside world begins. Precondition and postcondition set and the scene and wrap up each scenario. For example, in a banking app, actors may be customers and bank clerk use cases, which includes transfer funds or check the balance. This modeling helps clarify what's expected and uncovers hidden requirements and alternative flow. The next question is, what are functional versus non-functional requirements? Functional requirements list out exactly what the system must do, such as logins, payment processing, report generation. They describe actions, features, and user interaction. Non-functional requirements define equal attributes, how well the system performs, such as the speed, security, scalability, and readability. For a retail website, functionality requirements, specifically the step for checkout. Non-functional requirements define quality attributes, how well the system performs, such as speed, security, scalability, reliability, and usability. For a retail website, functional requirements specific the step for checkout. Non-functional ones state that the checkout should complete in under 4 seconds, or that customer's data is encrypted during transition. Both the types are vital for a system's success and user satisfaction. The next question is, what is Requirements Traceability Matrix, which is RTM? A Requirements Traceability Matrix, which is RTM, is like a roadmap for requirements. It links each requirement to corresponding designs, implementation, and testing artifications. RTMs ensures nothing is missed, especially when a requirement change, a common situation in business projects. You can track which test case validates which requirement and demonstrate compliance for audits or quality certification. For example, regulatory projects in banking or pharma often require RTMs for every step to meet legal standards and internal quality checks. The next question is, what is data flow diagram, which is DFD, and what are their components? A data flow diagram visually maps out how data moves through a system. Imagine drawing circles, open rectangles, and arrows and squares. A place order process could have multiple inputs from customer and data stored in order database. DFDs are used in business analysis to clarify system boundaries, spot redundancies, and plan improvements. The next question is, what is Moscow prioritization techniques? The Moscow framework helps teams focus by categorizing requirements. Must-have essentials for launch or compliance should have importance but can wait if necessary. Could have is nice to have additions and won't have is out of the current scope. This techniques lets stakeholders negotiate priorities and trade-off, reduces scope, creep, and ensure resources go to what matters the most. The next is, what is the difference between OLTP and OLAP? OLTP, which is Online Transaction Processing System, manage frequently real-time transaction. Think of ATM withdrawals, online purchases. They are optimized for speed and quick updates with highly structured data. Whereas in OLAP, which is Online Analytical Processing System, they are built for deep analysis, mining historical data, and complex queries. Think business dashboards and sales trend analysis. OLTP answers what's happening now, whereas OLAP answers what happened in the last quarter, or why both essentials but for very different purposes. The next question is, how do you handle scope creep in projects? Scope creep is where extra features or requirements sneak into the project without proper review. This wrecks schedules and budgets. To manage it, document all requirements clearly and keep them visible. Set up a strict change control process where every change must be justified and approved. Communicate regularly with all the stakeholders to manage expectations, analyze the impact of each change, and require formal sign-off for scope modification. Educate everyone early about why scope management matters and use the MOSCO or similar techniques to say no when necessary. The next question is, what is business process re-engineering, which is BPR, and when it is used? BPR is about rethinking and redesigning entire business process for dramatic improvements. Not just incremental tweaks. Companies do this when the competition heats up, customer demand faster or better service, or technology opens up a new possibility. For example, a retailer moving from manual inventory to automated AI-driven stock management isn't just tweaking a process. They are transforming it. BPR can lead a major cost reduction, speed gains, or quality improvements. The next question is, what is ASIS and to-be process analysis? ASIS analysis documents the current way of working, the before picture. To-be analysis designs the after solution, which is incorporating improvements and optimizations. Gap analysis comprises these two and identifies exactly what needs to change, helping you set a realistic actions plan and measure progress. For example, mapping now invoices are processed today. Then designing a faster automated version is classic. ASIS or to-be work. This approach provides transparency, minimizes disruptions, and increases buy-in for a new process. Now finally, let's step into the advanced or hard-level business analyst questions. These questions are designed for senior-level interviews or roles that demand strategic thinking and leadership skills. Here we'll be discussing topics like stakeholder management, risk analysis, enterprise strategy, and change management. At this stage, it's not just about knowing tools. It's about the techniques. It's about showing that you can think critically and make data-driven decisions and align solutions with business goals. So let's get started with the first question. How do you perform stakeholder analysis and management? Stakeholder analysis involves identifying all individuals or groups who can affect or are affected by the project. Start by listening stakeholders through interviews, documents, reviews, and brainstorming. Next is assess each one's influence and internal level, mapping them on a matrix which categorizes such as champions, supporters, critics, and blockers. Develop tailored engagement strategies for each category, communicating frequently and transparently for high-influence stakeholders and monitoring others continuously. Effective management ensures alignment, reduces resistance, and facilitates smoother project delivery. The next question is, what is business process modeling and what notations are used? Business process modeling graphically represents workflow to understand and improve processes. This is an industry standard offering precise symbols for events, activates, gateways, and flow. UML activity diagrams provide object-oriented process flow with decisions. Swim lane diagrams map responsibilities across departments, highlighting handoffs. Value stream maps focuses on identifying waste in process for lean improvements. These models clarify complex process, support stakeholders alignment, and guide automation or software development. The next question is, how do you conduct risk analysis in business projects? Risk analysis begins with identifying risk through brainstorming, expert interviews, and historical data review. Each risk is evaluated for likelihood and impact, often plotted on risk matrices to prioritize focus. Response include avoid, mitigate, transfer, or even accept. Monitoring risk continuously ensures that new risks are captured and existing ones are managed proactively. Categories span technical failures, budget overruns, operation hurdles, strategical risk, compliance issues, and external factors like market or natural events. The next question is, what is enterprise analysis and its techniques? Enterprise analysis addresses the organization's strategical needs and align projects accordingly. Techniques includes business case development, which is justifying projects with problem statement, solution options, cost benefit ROI. Next, we have feasibility studies, which is assessing technical, economical, operation viability. And then we have root cause analysis, which is methods like 5 whys and fishbone diagram. The business model canvas visually describes value proposition and revenue streams. Pestle analysis evaluates external political, economical, social and technological, legal and even environmental influence, posters 5 forces analysis, competitive industry dynamically. Together, these guide strategies, discipline, and solution scoping. The next question is, how do you measure business analysis effectiveness? Effectiveness measurement involves quantitative and qualitative KPIs, solution performance, which is percentage requirement met, and operational, stakeholder satisfaction, which is surveys and engagement, and then we have business value realized, which is ROI, cost savings, efficiency gains, quality matrices, etc. Regular evaluation enables continuous business analytics process and improvements and demonstrate value to leadership. Next, we have what is data mining and how does it support business analysis. Data mining extracts valuable patterns and trends from large datasets through techniques like classification. For example, we have customer segmentation and also clustering, which is grouping without predefined categories. And then we have association rules, which is discovering relationships like product boundaries. And then we have regression analysis, which is predicting sales trends. These insights enable business analysis to support decision making and forecasting market behavior, uncovering risk and identifying strategical opportunities. Next is, how do you handle conflicting requirements from different stakeholders? Conflicts arise due to diverse priorities. Begin with active listening to reveal core needs. Facilitate workshops for open dialogue and conscious building. Employ negotiation tactics focusing on win-win solution. Use prioritization frameworks, which is Moscow, weight scoring, and impact analysis to provide object basis on decisions. Document all the decisions and escalate to senior management only if resolution isn't achievable at stakeholders level, ensuring transparency and accountability. Next, we have what is the solution assessment and validation. This is a process which verifies that implemented solution meet documented business requirements and deliver value. It includes validating requirements via testing and reviews, monitoring system performance against criteria, facilitating user acceptance testing, which is UAT, tracking benefits realization against projections, collecting stakeholders' feedback, and identifying the opportunities for process improvements. Functional, performance, security, and usability tests ensure solution alignment and readiness. The next question is, how do you perform cost-benefit analysis for business solutions? Cost-benefit analysis, which is CBA, weighs all project costs, which includes development maintenance, training against benefit like increased revenue, efficient gains, and risk reduction. Financial matrices such as ROI, net present value, which is NPV, and payback period quantify feasibility. Sensitivity analysis test assumptions. Intangible benefits like brand reputation and improved customer loyalty also factor into the decision making, providing a well-rounded evaluation of value. The last question is, what is change management and how does it relate to business analysis? Change management manages the human and organizational impacts of new solutions. Business analytics collaborate with change managers to assess readiness, develop communication plans, define training requirements, and support stakeholders' engagement. They help to ensure users understand, accept, and efficiently adopt new processes or systems, increasing the likelihood of sustained success or continuous improvement. And that brings us to the end of this comprehensive business analytics interview preparation video. We have covered the entire journey from beginner level fundamentals to advanced statistics concepts, helping you understand not just what business analyst does, but how to think and communicate like one. Remember, every interview is not just a test of your knowledge, but also your ability to connect business goals with practical solution. So keep practicing how to explain your answers clearly, use real-world examples from projects or case studies, and show that you understand both the business and technical side of the problem. If you have watched till the end, you're already ahead of many because preparation and clarity are what makes the great business analyst stand out. For more insightful videos on business analysis, data analytics, and career growth, make sure to subscribe to Simplilearn, hit the like button, and share it with anyone preparing for business analytics interview. Thank you for watching and keep learning with Simplilearn. Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to Simplilearn's YouTube channel and click here for similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, you can check the description box below.